Hello everybody, I am Dr. Ravichandar, Emeritus Professor of Forensic Medicine, having worked in India and abroad and was teaching the subject of forensic medicine and practicing it for the last 50 years. Outside the country, I also worked as a chief forensic pathologist and the chief medical examiner to the concerned governments. Today, I am going to discuss briefly about the death of the 47 years black American Mr. George Floyd. We are reading this, seeing this in the videos for the last 1 week. He died on 25th of May due to the police brutality. What is meant by death? Death is the last event of life. Though it is a very complex process, simply we can say that it is the complete and continuous cessation or stoppage of the vital functions of the body. Or to say simply that it is the termination of life process is the death. This death is of two types mainly. In human beings, we call it as a natural death and an unnatural death. Natural death means termination of the life process by disease process. Every human being dies with a disease, because of the disease. And unnatural is where the life process is being terminated by other than the disease process. So how this termination would take place? What we call it as the manner of death. After the nature of the death, next is the manner of death. By what means? Manner means by what means the individual died. It is mainly of three types: homicide, suicide, and accidental. Homicide and suicide are the Greek words, which means homos means human beings, sidos means destruction. Thus, homicide means destruction of a human being by another human being, or killing of a human being by another human being. Suicide means self-destruction. Accidental deaths are sudden, unexpected, by some event. Either it may be a road traffic accident, or maybe a fall, or any such thing which is not anticipated. The occurrence of this is sudden. So, by this means, by what mode? Mode means modality. Mode means modality. By what modality a person dies? He has got, of course, three vital functions of the body controlled by central nervous system ending in coma, cardiovascular system causing syncope, and asphyxia caused due to the arrest of the respiration involving the respiratory system. This homicide, for all the medico-legal purposes, can be again broadly classified into two categories: the murder and culpable homicide. We call it as a murder when the act is planned, prepared, and executed. That means there must be an intention. Intention is the most important thing to kill a person, and for that there should be a preparation by very many means, and the act that should be executed. That means it is done. Then culpable homicide. Culpability means liability. Liability for causing the death. Here also, a human being causes the death of another human being, but unintentionally. The intention is the main part of the murder. Unintentional, we call it as a culpability, liability, because the death has been caused, and that death was not caused with an intention to cause the death, but it was caused suddenly, unexpectedly, maybe due to very many process. I can just tell you that when a person in an anger, fit of anger, slaps another person, the person may die. Or when a person holds the neck of another person in emotional outfit, the person may collapse and suddenly die. So the person had no intention to kill him, but in the heat of the passion, in the heat of the act, on those parts of the body, particularly what we call the trigger zones, or those sensitive areas, the sensory impulses and the motor impulses thus would be fired to the brainstem, causing the death, what is called as the culpable homicide, which legally is not a first grade murder. Now coming to George Floyd case. George Floyd was a big burly black man. As we see in the videos, the white 4 police officers who caught him, apprehended him on the flimsy grounds that he was possessing a counterfeit $20 note. He was whisked out of his car, immediately handcuffed behind, pulled to the ground. He was pinned to the ground, and then he was again kept in their custody for a few minutes. The whole process, I am told, took about 8.5 minutes. 8.5 minutes. So George Floyd was thus thrown to the ground. He was lying mostly on his front part of the body, the chest being compressed over the ground, and one of the police officers was putting all his body weight by folded knee over the other side of the neck. And this police officer, as we see in the videograph, must be about 75 kilograms of the weight weighing, and he continued this. He continued this with no sign of resenting it, with no sign of either releasing the pressure or stopping the act. And George Floyd was pleading for the mercy. He was pleading that he was unable to breathe. He would die, but they did not care at all. Not only this police officer who was putting his knee pressure over the neck, and the other 2 also were putting their knees over the midline of the back of this Floyd, and they did not release the compression. The 4th police officer was thus guarding the public not to come near, and the public were pleading, telling that he would die. He was already bleeding through his nose, and he was unable to breathe. Because he was a black man, they could not see the cyanotic tinge over the part of his body, otherwise it would have been seen also. But they did not heed at all. They never showed any sign of resentment. They never showed any sign of at least easing the pressure. And this continued for about 8.5 minutes as per the records. And they found that George Floyd was pulseless. So when they found him pulseless, he was immediately taken to the stretcher, transported to the hospital where already he was declared dead. That means George Floyd died because of this knee compression over the neck. So why I am telling this is it exactly fits into this mode of death of asphyxia. Neck is a vital part of the body connecting the head, the brain and the body, housing so many important vessels, blood vessels, windpipe and so many other important blood vessels connecting the body from this side to that side. So I have just shown here what are the pressures, minimum pressures that are required to compress them and to cause death. I have mentioned them as pressure on the neck, external jugular vein, 2 kilograms, it is the outermost one. When a person just becomes emotional, this can be seen even in the living person also, just below the skin. And it requires 2 kilograms pressure to occlude it. The internal carotid artery, external jugular vein, when it is occluded, it is the draining part of the brain to the right heart again. So that would be blocked, and what it causes is cerebral congestion, cerebral apoplexy. The brain would be bathed with the overflooded capillaries. So that would cause the cerebral apoplexy, or cerebral congestion itself is sufficient to cause death. Secondly, the internal carotid arteries, vital arterial blood supply to the brain, and they are little interior, and they require about 5 kilograms of the weight to occlude them. And if they are occluded, thus no blood supply goes to brain, and the brain suffers with what is called as cerebral anemia, cerebral ischemia. And if the brain stem is not supplied with oxygenated blood, in 5 minutes it dies. So the brain itself is the phylogenetical origin of cortex, medulla, the basal ganglia, corpus callosum, and so many other important structures. They take all their own time, but they are all susceptible to die between 15 to 5 minutes. Then trachea, the main windpipe, which is present in the center of the front of the neck, requires 15 kilograms to compress it so that no oxygen goes, no air goes. The brainstem particularly is very susceptible for lack of oxygenated glucose blood. Then the deep inside are the vertebral arteries. So these vertebral arteries are also the part of the neck which are very much deeper inside, and they can be compressed with the weight of 30 kilograms. So all these weights are per square centimeter calculation, per centimeter calculation. So you can thus understand that, so the from 2 kgs to 30 kgs, all need not be present, all need not be affected. It can be even just by 2 kilograms to 30 kilograms by jugular veins, internal carotid arteries, trachea and vertebral arteries. As we see the facial photograph of the pinned head of the George Floyd by that policeman over the road, he was wearing already a dead look, he was dead. See, this is a brutal act of the police, and the post-mortem examination of George Floyd was conducted by county medical examiner and forensic pathologist. Of course, both have stated that it was an act of homicide by pressure over the neck with a bent knee joint. So, many other matters were also brought into this to confuse instead of to complement and to fortify this opinion. Many other opinions were also brought that this black man was suffering with arteriosclerosis, thickening of the blood vessels in the body, lessening the blood supply, and secondly leading to the hypertensive cardiovascular megaly, where the heart has been enlarged as it has to pump against the pressure. George Floyd was also found to be positive for the coronavirus and to some intoxicant materials. Whether they are correct or not, one thing that is a fact, in fact, the very examination of the scene of the death confirms that this was a case of asphyxial death with a compression, external compression over the neck continuously till the person was dead by the pressure over the neck. So, the cause of death is a fact, and that is homicidal. It is a first degree murder by the police officer who caused it, and the other police officers have contributed to it by abetting this man to cause the death without any humanitarian or merciful grounds. Thank you very much.